In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Nvidia's latest budget graphics card, which is EVGA GeForce RTX 3060 XE Black Gaming Edition. But before that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below, and thank you for watching. Now, this specific RTX 3060 made by EVGA is currently the least expensive version, which retails for $389 and it features PCI Express 4.0, boost clock 1777 MHz, CUDA cores 3584, effective memory clock 15,000 MHz, memory size 12 GB, memory interface 192-bit, memory type GDDR6, and it comes with one HDMI 2.1 port and 3 display ports 1.4A, and max resolution is 8K, and it requires 550 watt power supply or greater with an 8-pin connection. Now, this is the Nvidia's budget mid-range card that, in my opinion, is an excellent performer as long as you could get it at that retail price around $400 US. As I'm sure you've seen now, with all the scalpers are trying to sell this for at least double the price or higher, and in my opinion, I would just wait out and don't even think about paying that kind of money for this kind of card. Especially in my mind, it's definitely wouldn't be worth $800 for its performance. But for the right price, it's definitely an excellent entry-level card that has the RTX features. This card runs really cool and smooth. It has a nice back plate, and definitely recommend this version for you, and it will be the cheapest one. Now, next I'm going to show you the rig that I'm going to use to test this card out, so stay tuned for that. So currently, this is the best rig that I have for testing, which features an Intel i9-9900K overclocked to 5.1 GHz, along with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM running at 3200 MHz, CL16s, and I'm using the Prime Z390 motherboard, excellent overclocker. Keeps the system running really well, and it has a 1250 watt power supply, more than enough to handle any graphics card out there. As you could see, this is a pretty small card, and it looks kind of funny in a big case like this, but after all, it is for testing, and I wanted to get the best performance out of this thing. And yes, I will be overclocking this card to get the best possible results for you guys, to get those really accurate numbers. So without further ado, let's get into those gaming test benchmarks, so stay tuned. Alright, so the first game I'm going to test out is Horizon Zero Dawn, both on 1080p and 1440p resolution. So let's take a look at the settings. 1080p full screen, VSync off on Ultra preset. And these pretty much are the FPS you should be able to get with this card. Now, once again, let me run over the system here. I am using the i5-9900K overclocked to 5 GHz on all cores. 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM running at 3200 MHz, CL16s, and the RTX 3060 made by EVGA XE Gaming is overclocked by 125 MHz on the core and 400 MHz on the memory clock to get that extra few FPS. This is a very easy overclock. You didn't have to mess around with the voltage or anything, and it's running really smooth and cool, as you could see the temperature here. Now, this game is very visually impressive.
Come now. Let's find
Even on 1080p, That looks beautiful.
There. See them? These are called Striders. Ha! Get!
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines startle easily if they detect you and run away. Their best approach was stealth. Don't worry. We'll catch up with them further on. You'll see. Now, I want you to find some rocks that fit the cup of your hand.
Why?
Do as I say, Aloy, and gather the rocks. I will show you how to use them. Good. That's it.
As you can see, pretty much averaging around 100 FPS. Definitely good performance for this card.
Those will do. Follow.
And now let's switch to 1440p. I'm gonna maintain the same settings right there, and just gonna go up to 1440p. All right, here it is. As you can see, the game is still running smooth with really good FPS. We are definitely above 60. And that's what this card is really meant for, is 1080p and 1440p gaming. Now, of course, you could run this game on 4K also.
Stop wasting time.
I believe on Ultra somewhere on high 30s, maybe 40 FPS.
Aloy, over here.
Which is not bad at all.
Stop wasting time. Aloy, come now. Aloy, over here. Aloy, come now. There's the herd. All right, it's time to throw some rocks.
But rocks can't hurt machines, right?
No, but they can distract them. Draw them into traps. Like that watcher over there. It must be dealt with. Aloy, throw a rock near me. Throw a rock to draw the watcher towards me.
Alright, so that concludes the test of this game. Let's move on to the next one. And here we have Resident Evil 3 Remake, one of my favorite games. Let's take a look at the settings. Now, we are here pretty much on max settings, 1080p, normal rendering, VSync off. And as you can see, we're all maxed out. All of the 12 gigs of VRAM is used here. Everything is on max. Just a few items off. This is unnecessary here. It doesn't really do anything with the graphics, visuals, in my opinion. That's the one item off. And motion blur off like always. And this one item on the bottom, Fidelity FX, is also off. But we are here clearly above 12 gigs of VRAM. And this is the kind of FPS you could expect with this game. Now this game is definitely very graphics card friendly. It utilizes a lot of the old GPUs real well. You could play this game just about with any of the old cards. And if you're new to my channel and you want to see, I have a lot of videos on Resident Evil 3 Remake on some really old school cards, and they run pretty good.
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it. But it's no zombie. It knows what it wants and won't stop till it gets it. Don't you like that in a man?
No thanks. He's all yours.
Again, you could see the temperatures are really good here on the GPU,
Biohazard countermeasure service.
even though it's overclocked.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
Whoa. What are you talking about? We're just here to help you. What's wrong with Umbrella?
What's wrong with Umbrella? Your company is
Now with this card, you could definitely crush this game on 4K resolution.
Think about all that.
You will definitely get 60 FPS.
I'm going to the shelter. Come in. Come on. It's this way. First things first. We need to get you geared up. Head up the street level. You'll find supplies there.
all right.
Jill, it's me again. You topside yet?
Working on it. So what's the plan?
The old tags got me clearing the tracks. You might be in the subway infrastructure back.
Alright, now let's jump into the 1440p resolution. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we're still well above 100 FPS. Very nice. Game looks excellent. So yeah, judging by these FPS on 1440p, you'll know that it'll definitely be about 60 FPS or higher in 4K. Alright, let's check out this explosion here and see how much it drops. Oh, not bad at all. Alright, well that concludes this game. On to the next one. And now for something a bit harder to run, Cyberpunk 2077. Let's take a look at the settings. As always, I'm going to start off with 1080p, full screen. And here are the highest settings. This is the Ultra preset. Everything maxed out except motion blur is off. And this is the kind of FPS you could expect to get. Not bad at all. Now this game on 1080p, when it's fully maxed out, it really looks good.
Regina Jones here. If you're looking for work in Watson, give me a call.
How'd you find me? How'd you even know my name?
I know where to gather my intel. Could even call me a collector. Later, V.
Coming your way, Night City. But soak in that sun while you can. There's a cold front moving in. Prepare for commercial distance.
Oh, no.
Hey, yo, V. How about a round or two? What do you say? How you like my new punching bag? Just gave me a next-gen ass whooping. Curious to see how he handles it.
As you can see, this game is still pretty hard to run even with a decent GPU like this.
In an exciting development, even Anako Arasaka has announced her participation in the
What's your problem?
And now we're out in public here. Still averaging above 60 FPS.
Where are you walking?
Not bad. Alright, now let's finish it off with 1440p. Once again, we are maxed out here. And as I expected, would not be able to hit 60 FPS with this graphics card on 1440p. It's still quite playable, but definitely not as good. You would like to be around 60 FPS. I mean, the detail is incredible, even on 1440p here. It looks very nice. Now, I'm not even going to go into details with the RTX options on and DLSS. In this video, I'm going to make a separate video with this graphics card, really trying to test out all the settings, because with the DLSS on, you're definitely going to get 60 FPS and 1440p, so that'll be for another video. But as far as for this video here, that concludes the test here. As you could see, we're averaging around 40 FPS on 1440p maxed out, not bad at all. So on to the last game. Alright, so here is the last game I'm going to test out in this video, which is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And as usual, starting off with 1080p resolution, full screen, VSync off. And these are the settings that I'm using. These are very high preset with screen space reflection turned off and motion blur turned off. And here is what you can expect.
My crew is in danger. I need to reach them.
This is another visually impressive video game. And as you can see, this graphics card definitely can handle it. Now I'll tell you, with a lot of these new games, man, you gotta wait like almost half an hour just to get started. And I'm not talking about the loading part, just the cutscenes alone. I really wish they have a way to kind of skip that. At least the first time. I know it kind of forces you to watch all this stuff. But it could get a bit annoying when you're testing out you know, the games with the newer hardware or older hardware. So this is definitely one of the games that you have to really wait a while for some cutscenes. Well, there you have it. As you could see, the card is pretty good. As long as you get it at that MSRP, around $400 US, you should be okay. But I wouldn't pay more than $450 for this card, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you got this card for. Maybe you got it even a better deal. I really appreciate your feedback. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Then hit the like button down below. It really helps me out. I appreciate it very much. Oh, I could get that. That's nice. Interesting. I mean, you could say pretty much the beginning of this game is definitely inspired by like the original Conan movie, the first one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alright, that's a wrap, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.